Hi guys, welcome back to our podcast. It's Allie.
It's Marissa.
And Abby.
And today we're going to be discussing some of the most important things we've learned throughout this class. And which out of the 4 topics that we're discussing today are you most excited to talk about?
I think I'm most excited to talk about dreams and calling.
For me, it would probably be career and life aspirations. What about you, Allie?
I think mine would be values and philosophy.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
let's get
different.
into
A
it.
nice wide variety.
Yeah.
So, the first prompt is describe the values and philosophy that should guide your actions and decisions in life. And so, I'll go first. So the values that really resonate with me are family and friendship. I think that's something that has kind of driven my life and something I keep looking to develop throughout life. And also curiosity and adventure. I'm someone who likes to always be in new situations, and I think that's something that makes me really happy. And then lastly, I would say just personal happiness. I think that's something I value a lot, and think that that's something that kind of defines what I do in my day-to-day life.
I agree. Those are good.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I would say my most important value is loyalty and
yeah.
friendships and relationships. And I'll dive more into that in the next question.
Okay.
I think my most important values are family and friends, just surrounding yourself with people that support you and are always there for you. I feel like even if you have bad friendships, like your family is always there and stuff. And also loyalty, because I hate when people are fake and unloyal.
Yeah.
Real.
So, Allie, you start, but what do you think, like, why do you value those values? Like, how do they drive your life?
Like why, like, what has made me value that? Like, just, like, bad friendships in the past, like, being unloyal, and so I think that's, like, shaped me to, like, look for that in friendships.
That makes sense.
Yeah. What about you, or Abby?
I would say, I feel like I've always been, like, a loyal person. Like, I value less friendships that are loyal than, like, 100 friends that aren't really good friends and they're fake. So I feel like that's kind of always been, like, instilled in me. Like, ever since I was a kid, I always had, like, really good, like, 2 friends instead of, like, being friends with the entire class or something.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I feel like it's just always been a thing for me to value.
Yeah, I think also going off of that, like, because I had mentioned family and friendships, I think I'm someone who, like, I would say I'm kind of the person who has a lot of friends, but also I have, like, a lot of my really close friends I've been friends with since 1st or 2nd grade, and so I think that like, long-standing relationship is something that was, like, a big constant in my life, and I think that's something that I really need, so I think that's why it's so important to me. So, going off of that, what do you guys think is something that, like, a value you don't want to develop and you kind of want to stray away from in the future?
I think a bad value that I don't ever want to develop is dishonesty. I feel like in a lot of friendships in my past, there's been a lot of dishonest people, and I feel like that just doesn't build a good,
Yeah.
I
know what you mean.
Like a good, like, concrete for the relationship, or, like, in that way.
Foundation.
Yeah, foundation, that's what I was trying to say. But I feel like, just being honest, and I feel like it just, like, that, like, ruins a friendship. Like, whenever anyone's, like, dishonest to me, I'm just kind of like, ugh.
Yeah.
That's
totally
nasty.
Offsets the entire friendship.
So that's kind of something I don't want to develop, and I don't like being around people who are like that either.
I feel like for me, something I don't want to possess is, I guess it's not really a value, just, like, being unmotivated, or, like, having that mindset of being lazy, maybe is the right word.
Yeah.
I feel like I tend to, like, go through the motions a lot and not really, like, recognize I could be doing so much more.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, like, turn into someone who's, like, lazy and doesn't enjoy things, I guess.
Yeah. I think for me, something is, like, I know I'm very, like, goal-driven and I have big, like, aspirations, but I don't want to turn into the person who, like, is always putting others down, especially in, like, professional and, like, adult settings to succeed, because that's just, like, you're succeeding, but at what cost? And I think that really reflects, like, the type of person you are on the inside, and I would just kind of be disappointed with myself if, like, I became that person.
I agree.
Yeah, or just, like, putting others down, like, just to feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
Or, like, gaining, like, in a professional setting, like, like, if you were, like, I don't know, one of you had to, like, write a good paper or something, and you're like, oh, their paper's so bad, like, mine's so bad.
Yeah, that's gross.
You, yeah.
Bye. Deuces.
Okay, so for the next prompt, it is my dreams and callings. And imagine what could be possible in your life if you were to pursue your wildest dreams. While it is not necessary to understand your calling at this point in your life, if you have some ideas, this is the section to evaluate your insights. So, in a perfect world, describe your dream life. Oof, this is such a hard question.
In my dream life, I would have 3 children, a husband, a fat house, and I'd be rich.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
yeah, you know,
That's
honestly,
just my
that's
very
valid.
cliche, like...
Yeah.
No, it's true. I would love that.
But, like, I want to, like, this is such a, like, I just want to be rich. Like, I want to be able to, like, as bad as that sounds, like, I want to be able to, like, not worry about stuff like that, because I know so many people that do, and that's, like, I feel like that's just, like...
It's hard.
It's so hard.
Yeah, it's hard, and it's, like, it's sad, like, seeing from an outside perspective, like, people struggling and, like, maybe not being able to, like, support their children in ways, and, like, I want to be able to give, like, my children, like, a nice, comfortable life as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, my boyfriend, like, he can't even go to, like, apply to some colleges because they just can't afford it, and it's, like, wow. Like, imagine, like, wanting to go somewhere, but you just can't. Like,
No,
it's not an option.
Exactly.
So, like, I totally get that.
Yeah. What about you?
Ugh. I feel like it depends on my mood, like, what my dream life is, like, what my interests are, but I probably, like, would want to live, like, not in the middle of nowhere, but, like, I kind of like the cottage, like, like, kind of in the woods, like, farm, but not, like, cattle farm. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but, with a couple kids, probably not too many, because, like, that's a lot, and it's a lot of money to support them. And obviously a husband, and just, like, happy with my job, and yeah.
I kind of just made a list. Mine are more, like, big dreams, but, like, obviously I want to live, like, in a suburb near the city so that I can, like, still raise a family and, like, obviously raise kids in a safe place, but, like, I love that, like, because back home I live, like, right near Baltimore, right near DC, right near Philly, New York. So, like, I love the idea of being able to just go on, like, day trips, like, to the city where so much is happening. And I also really want to travel. I think I'm kind of, like, adverse to kids. Like, I want kids, obviously, but, like, the idea of, like, graduating college and, like, going straight into having a family is terrifying. Because, I want to travel so bad. So that's a big goal for me. And even, like, once I do have a family, to travel. And I really want to run marathons, and I want to get into photography, but that's kind of just, like, a dream. Like, I don't know if that would happen, but I think also, like, on the more practical side, like, I really want to be someone who's just, like, comfortable in supporting their family, because, I mean, like, I think applying to college has really, like, shown me, because, like, obviously, like, college is so expensive, and, like, I'm grateful to be here, but definitely, like, if I didn't have other things, like, I would not be here. And so I think, like, even seeing the struggles of, like, me applying and my parents and, like, trying to figure it all out, I think, like, has made me grateful and also kind of pushed me to want to be someone who, like, you know, in a perfect world, like, money doesn't matter. But, like, obviously everybody wants to be rich. No, so, you know, we'll see.
Yeah. And, like, I feel like everyone's like, money doesn't buy happiness.
I think it does.
A little bit.
I don't think it does.
I feel like it buys, resources or like opportunities.
I think because like,
you know what I mean?
I always say money buys experiences and experiences make happiness. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
I just like when I think about it, this is like getting really deep, but like I low-key like think about it like my dad makes a lot of money and like he has like super nice cars, and it's like he has like 2 super nice cars, but it's like I feel like I would rather like I feel like our family isn't as close and we didn't grow up as close, and so like I feel like not necessarily like living like in a smaller house, like I live in a big house, like our family was just never like connected as much as I feel like some families are that live in a smaller house and like don't have all these like big things. Like I just feel like our family would have been closer if like we were
I get that
living in closer quarters
because
it
like separates you physically, and then it's like, oh well, since you're already physically apart, like
and then it's like I look at my dad and I'm like he likes his cars, but like I don't think that's like his core source of happiness. He doesn't look at it every day and it's like, oh my god, wow.
I agree.
That's just my perspective though.
I also feel like in a perfect world, like ever since I was little, I've always wanted to be like a musician, and like that's just like sounds so fun, like the rock star life. Like that sounds so cringy.
Like I've made Pinterest boards for that. Like
and like all the TikTok like slideshows, like
and like in a dream life, I feel like we'll get more into this in the next prompt, but like I feel like just doing like having a job that like makes you happy and that like you're passionate about, like that's been like my main thing. Like I know we'll talk about this more, but like I feel like I don't like, you always see all these people that just go into like offices like 9 to 5 and it's like that just sounds like hell. Like I want to be out doing something, like doing something creative. Like I know obviously everyone has their different interests, but like I just feel like that's like just doing something that you love and you're passionate about just makes for a lot like happier of a life in a way.
And I feel like your career and like dreams and calling, like they kind of go hand in hand. Like even though we're going to talk about it in the next section, I feel like it's worth mentioning because it's part of your dream life. Your career is part of that.
Do you guys think, like, because when I was thinking about like dreams and callings, like I feel like a lot of them for me are based on like how like hobbies and interests I had growing up. Like, do you guys think that you are aspiring to do something like kind of completely different, or something that like you grew up loving and having an interest in?
I feel like, at least for me, like, I feel like you grow up and you're like, oh, I want to be a nurse. Oh, I want to be this. Oh, I want to be that. And I feel like once I got into high school and, like, I was more, like, mature, like, and I found, like, I was in leadership in high school, like, and that kind of, like, led me to, like, be class president. And then I did, like, event planning stuff. And, like, I was class president for 3 years.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay, baddie.
What?
I know. Stop. But, like, I would, like, plan prom and plan all these events for school. And it's, like, that, like, formed my, like, passion for, like, event planning.
I think that's
like,
cool.
Yeah.
You guys were both class presidents?
I was junior year vice president, and then I ran prom committee, basically, and I planned, like, oh my God, I was on senior class council. I did everything for senior year, basically.
Oh my God, so
it's okay, you're here now. You're here now.
That doesn't matter.
So fun.
Okay.
Is there anything that you guys feel limits you from achieving your dreams?
I feel like the only thing that can limit me from my dreams is, like, myself.
Yeah.
Like,
he would love that. He is gonna love that you said that.
Yeah. No, but, like, I feel like sometimes, like, if I don't have the motivation to do something, like, that, like, limits me, and, like, I need to push myself to, like, do better and, like, do what I want to do so I can...
I know what you mean.
But, like, I just feel like sometimes I can have very low motivation and, like, get in these, like, stages where, like, I just don't want to do anything, and I feel like keeping that motivation up, like, will be the reason I'm not limiting myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like, for me, I think about the future as, like, oh, like, it's so far down the road, like, I don't need to worry about it, but, like, I really do.
Yeah.
I feel like that totally limits me.
Yeah, I think, because, like, well, obviously we're all kind of in the same boat. None of us want to do, like, in the future be, like, a nurse, a teacher, stuff like that. But I think a lot of things I think about is, like, my future is very based on, like, where I am and who I know and, like, just kind of the situations I end up in. And so I think that, like, I keep that in the back of my mind and kind of use that as motivation to be like, I should introduce myself. I should always talk to more people and kind of just put myself out there, because, like, I'm not gonna, you know, get the ideal job I want just from having a degree and going on Indeed and applying to 50 jobs. Like, I like, want to know people, and, like, especially hearing from, like, the teachers at Dodge, like, it's, like, impressive, but I think that, like, kind of limits me, because if I don't put myself out there, then I feel like I'm not gonna get as far. So
also, I feel like, I mean, we're all in Dodge in the same major and, like, creative stuff, obviously, but I feel like a lot of people here, especially, it's like their parents were producers, their whatever, they were in the industry, and it's like, if you don't have an in,
daunting.
I know, it's like, if you don't have an in, like, how are you supposed to get in? I feel like that is, like, just a limiting thing with, like, any creative industry. It's like, about who you know. I don't know. It's, like, hard to make connections, at least for me. Like, I hate doing that, like, putting myself out there.
It's hard. Like, that's something that you have to really, like, push yourself out of the box for.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
No, thank you.
So something else that I wrote down is, what are some next steps you can take in order to build a path to a calling? And if you're not sure what your calling is, how can you learn to better understand yourself and what you might want to do? So basically, just, like, if we don't know, I mean, I don't know my calling. I don't think any of us really
like, what we want to do in our life?
Or just, like, what you feel like your purpose is.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I feel like that's, like, hard to know.
It's so hard.
I feel like even if we have an understanding of what we want to do, it's like, is that actually, like, we don't have any real world experience in these jobs we want, so how do we know for sure? Exactly. You know, it's just like, you have an idea of what you like, and you can kind of plan out a career, but you don't know, like, if that's actually going to turn out well.
I feel like your calling is something you discover over time. And you just haven't experienced that.
I feel like that's, like, going into college, like, when you're, like, applying for college, it's like, how are you supposed to, like, unless you have, like, an insane passion about something, how are you supposed to know what major to go into? Like, I feel like that's so hard, and, like, I know, like, it's a lot of talk, like, on the internet, like, how are we expecting 18-year-old kids to just know what they want to do for the rest of their lives?
When our frontal lobe has not fully developed yet.
Like, when my brother went to college, like, he went in just doing business, because, like, I feel like when people don't know what they want to do, they just go into business. And so, like, my brother went into business, and then he, like, found out that he wanted to do journalism, which, like, are two completely different things. Like, so it's just, like, it's, I don't know. I think it's just hard to know, like, what you want to do unless you have, like, a crazy passion about it.
This also, I was thinking about it more towards the end, but also, like, this kind of reminds me of Professor McGurk's, like, story of, like, how, like, he went in knowing something, and I think that's kind of, like, not comforting, but kind of, like, reassuring to know that, like, he's a prime example of, like, you found what you love to do, but it took a while, but, like, that's okay. Because, like, I feel like it's like, oh, well, if I get this degree and I hate it, I paid all this money, I have to take a job with that. And it's like, you can kind of pivot and do different things.
Yeah, it's nice seeing, like, the outcome of a person with that, like, with Mr. McGurk, because, like, he changed it. And I feel like changing your major, like, changing, like, what you want to do is probably really scary, because it's like, you thought you wanted to do this thing, and then it's like, oh, I have another passion, and I want to follow this, like, road, and I feel like that's kind of, like, scary and takes a lot of, like, like, not confidence, I can't find the word, like, but, like,
I feel like
it takes a lot of balls to do. Sorry.
I feel like it's really frowned upon a lot of times, and I think that's also why it's scary, because, like, in high school, I feel like I was that person. Like, there were these two twins who both went to Penn State from my school, and, like, that's an expensive school, and they both went undecided, and I was kind of like, why would you even go if you have no idea? But it's also, like, now, like, I get it. Not that I don't like what I'm doing, but it's, like, it is, like, if you don't know what you're doing, it's scary to, like, be forced to pick a path that, like, you don't know or, like, what that's going to lead to.
When everyone around you seems to know
and
their
you don't,
path,
you feel, like, behind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just feel like, because I wrote down, how can you better understand yourself, and what you might want to do. I feel like it's just time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have the answer.
I feel like also, like, I think sometimes when you don't know the answers to these questions, it kind of makes you feel down about yourself, and it's like, oh, well, why am I the one who doesn't know where they're going to school, what they want to do? But I think, like, thinking about it like this and, like, conversations like this help you realize that, like, you're not behind, you're not bad, you're just, like, that's, like, more people should be thinking about it more critically.
Yeah, it's, like, normal. Like, honestly, there are probably so many people, like, in the same boat right now, like, questioning, like, if what they're doing is what they really want to do. Like, like, I just feel like a lot of times, like, this is, like, a different situation, but, like, coming to school and, like, for the first couple of weeks, like, feeling like you have no friends, like, you feel so alone, and, like, you feel like that, but it's, like, there are so many people around you that also feel the same way. I know that, like, has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but, like, just, like, everyone feels the same way in, like, that situation.
Well, I feel like also, like, in high school, it was so, like, to find your calling, so to say, like, it's not like they teach you about that very well in school, because, like, you have to take, like, core classes, history, math, science, which are such, like, linear careers. Like, you know, it's like, oh, well, I hated science and history. Okay, well, it's not like I needed to take a career in science and history. And I think, like, high school just doesn't, like, allow you to think about, like, there's so many jobs. It doesn't have to be such, like, a straight cut nursing, teacher.
I wish high school had more, like, classes aimed towards figuring out what students wanted to do for the rest of their lives. Because it's, like, I always, like, thought about it, like, okay, like, we're learning history, like, U.S. history, okay. Like, sorry, I'm gonna, like, the second I step foot out of this class at the end of the year, I'm not gonna remember anything. Like, you remember, like, the, like,
Titanic.
Yeah, the, like, Declaration of Independence.
Oh, that's
like,
not even American history.
No, but, like, you, like, like, it's just, like, that's not stuff you obtain, and, like, and unless you want to be a history teacher, or, like, you want to do something with history, like, I just feel like that's, like, not that it's not important, but it's, like, why are you learning it? Like, you should be learning something that, like, you want to learn, or you should be figuring out. I just feel like it's crazy that, like, if you go to college undecided, like, that's when you have to figure out what you want to do. And, like, you have to do it in a certain amount of time when we have all 4 years of high school to, like, also decide that.
Exactly.
And it's, like, I'm grateful that I was in leadership because, like, that showed me a path. That gave me a path of what I wanted to do. But, like, a lot of other people didn't have that.
Like, that type of path would never be, like, introduced in a class setting.
Definitely not here.
Well, and it's, like, I feel like it's even worse because, like, sorry, I keep using leadership as an example, but, like, you have to apply to get into leadership, like, you have to, like, it's just, like, I remember when I was applying, like, I had never been in leadership before, and it was, like, scary to me, because it's something that you've never done, and I think we've talked about this in class before, like, doing something you haven't done before, like, the fear of rejection, like, that's scary, and so, like, a lot of kids, I feel like, don't take advantage of that in high school, like, I'm sure there were so many kids who didn't apply to leadership, but, like, could have found a passion in it, but they didn't just because they were scared, and, like, I know it's kind of more of a personal thing, but, like, but I know a lot of people do it.
It's so limiting, because there's so many callings you could find, but, like, if you don't put yourself out there, and it's also, like, the more that, like, something is kind of, like, off the path of, like, the normal class topics or, like, blah, 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 it's, like, there's so many more opportunities, but the more it's, like, off the straight path, like, the harder it is to find, and I think a lot of kids, like, it's, like, no, I should be doing one of this, it's I should, it's not, like, what you actually want to do, and it's, like, oh, if you want to do, like, this niche thing, but you have a super big interest in it, it's, like, oh, well, there's no really outlet for you to find that, then you're not gonna discover these callings till, like, way later in life, which I think is also why, like people have career changes and they, I took up this, you know, obscure hobby when I'm 30, but it's, like, no, that's, like, a normal thing. It's not like you're having a crisis. It's, like, oh, I discovered something new, and I think that's really good, because I think, like, it's, like, decide what you want to do in college, you stick to that path, but I think it's, like, healthy almost to, like, develop new hobbies as you age. It's not like you have to stick with, oh, I chose running in high school and now I can never play another sport my whole life. It's like, that doesn't matter.
I feel like the American education system, like, it's not geared toward, like, our personality type.
Yeah.
It's more, like, STEM, like, you know, it's not very creative. And, like, even in, like, other countries, like, in the UK, I have a friend where after they finish, like, high school, they don't really call it, like, I don't know if they call it that, but they have, like, a year where they do an internship, and then they, like, can figure out what they want to do, and then they go to college. So it's, like, I feel like there's so many different ways to, like, find your calling. It's just, like, I feel like the way that our high school into college is set up is, like, we have to find it out after.
It's very rushed to find your calling.
It's so rushed.
I heard someone today was saying, from our marketing class, was saying that a freshman, she's going to graduate fall of junior year.
Yeah, one of my friends in Italian said she's gonna graduate early too.
That's crazy that, like, you're already, like, you're so young.
Yeah.
Like, junior year, you're gonna be 20, 21 maybe, if you're older. And, like, now you're going into the workforce. Like, that's just crazy. And, like,
I feel like
if that's your, like, that's your set thing, like, that's crazy.
I feel like college, like, you have to take advantage of it. Like, I don't think
I
would want to graduate early because none of my friends are out in the workforce. I have no one to talk to.
Yeah.
I feel like it's good to have a community because, like, we're all in the same place at the same time.
Yeah. I don't know if, going back to, like, what we were talking about, like, I don't know, like, if your guys' high schools had this, but, like, I think it was called, like, an ROP program. I can't remember what it was called, but, like...
Is that, like, ROTC or something?
I don't remember what it was called.
Like the army stuff?
No, not army stuff. It was, like, we just had a bunch of classes. Like, I didn't do them because I was in leadership, but I know a lot of people, like, there was, like, business classes and marketing classes and, like... And, like,
I did not have that.
Yeah, and we had people that could, like, go intern at hospitals, like...
Yeah.
Like...
We had a lot of programs like that. There was a kid, he graduated as, like, a certified pharmacist. What? He, like, worked at CVS senior year in the pharmacy.
Ew,
like,
that sucks.
And we had... No, he, like, doesn't need to go to college. He already has, like... that thing,
but
and,
working
like,
at CVS
that's
sounds like
great.
a snooze
but
fest.
We had, like, pathways that literally by the beginning of sophomore year of high school, so you're 16?
Yeah.
So 16 years old, you had to determine a pathway, and you had to, like, finish the requirements in that pathway to graduate. So there's business, language, cooking.
What the heck?
Chef?
Like, a math pathway. And stuff like that, and, like, thankfully they got rid of it now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What'd you do?
They got rid of it last year. I did language, but, like, the business pathways, you had to take 3 accounting classes, marketing, intro to business.
Bro, that sounds
and it's
like college.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, and it's like, these are high schoolers, and they literally chose these pathways based on what teachers they liked best. So it's like, now you're forcing kids into these pathways that they don't even know anything about, and it's not like they actually care. They're 15. They're just choosing it based on teachers. And it's like, so that's literally like college, because you have almost like a major.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's just so weird.
I also feel like teachers, like, in high school, like, they make it sound like college is, like, at least my teachers made it sound like college was gonna be so scary and the professors were gonna be so strict, and, like, I'm sure there's teachers like that, but, like, I've never, like, I haven't, at least this semester, I haven't had a teacher that's, like, super strict and, like, super, like, aggressive, and it was just, like, it was just weird, like, coming to college. I was, like, low-key scared. I was like, oh my god, like, these professors are gonna be so scary, but, like, they weren't.
Yeah.
My private Catholic high school never could do what yours did. Like, all we had was, like, magnets. There was a med magnet, a business magnet, and a law magnet.
Law
like,
is crazy.
No creative, like, nothing. Like, it was all just that stuff. And, like, we didn't have to do it, obviously.
Yeah.
But, like, the people who did it, like...
I also feel like they, like, don't, like, they push more, like, I don't know if we said this, but they push more, like, math and law and business and, like, what about people who want to do creative stuff? Like, there are so many jobs that stem out of that, and it's, like, why are we just pushing, like, all of these, like, not necessarily hard, but, like, more, like, I don't know.
Brain power jobs.
Yeah, like, why aren't we, like, just trying to, like, immerse everyone in everything so they can figure out what they want to do?
I feel like there's just such a connotation of, like, I mean, we're obviously, like, we're PR and ad majors, but, like, there's more creative, so to say, majors than us, for sure. Yeah. But, like, I feel like it's so frowned upon, like, even, like, parents, like, it's like, oh, you're never gonna make it with that, you're never gonna get a job with that, and it's, like, not embarrassing to choose that, but it's, like, especially in high school, like, if I told everyone, like, oh, I wanted to be a film major, so to say, I feel like all my teachers and friends would be like, are you sure? Like, you know? But, like, that's not really something that should happen, because, like, there are jobs. It's just, like, maybe you have to put in the extra work, but it's, like, people are deterred away from that because it's so frowned upon and judged, because it's not, like, the, so to say, stable jobs that, like, normal day-to-day people have.
I also feel like it's... Oh, sorry, no, go.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think my dad had a seizure when I told him I was gonna apply for directing. Like, I literally think he had, like, a seizure, and he didn't talk to me for, like, a while. I mean, I didn't get in. No, he wasn't, like, mad at me. He was just like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Like, I could tell he was internally, like, freaking out.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's definitely, like, the older generations. Like, I feel like it's so different. Get it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I also feel like it's kind of, like, sad that people, like, judge people who, like, ultimately, like, either don't end up going to college or, like, go to, like, a community college. Like, those people can still, like, make it and, like, make the same amount of money, and it's, like, we're furthering our education, like, this is good for us, but, like, I feel like also, like, going to community college, like, my mom went to fucking, like, freaking Cal State Bakersfield. Sorry! Cal State Bakersfield, but she, like, dropped out 2 years in, and, like, my dad's the primary, like, caregiver of our house, like, money maker, but, like, my mom, like, bakes cookies and makes money from it and is, like, doing stuff that she loves, and it's, like...
Yeah, that's what makes
like,
her happy.
Yeah.
I don't even think, like, that shouldn't be something that's so, like, I feel like if I went to community college or, like, didn't want to go to college, like, my parents would be like, what's wrong with you?
Exactly,
like, Like, and I mean, I wanted to go to college. Like, it's not like they, like, pressured me to go to college. Like, obviously I wanted to go, but, like, I just feel like wanting to go to community college, like, saving money, like, whatever you want to do it for, or even, like, not going to college and doing something else, finding a job, like, I feel like all of that's okay, and it shouldn't be so, like, frowned upon.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so the third prompt is, in the career and life aspirations section, talk about how your dreams and or calling have influenced your professional aspirations. If you do not have a dream job or career, think about what an ideal lifestyle would look like. For example, where you live, why, what you do in your free time, how much you work, the type, etc. So my first question is, what is your dream career or careers?
For me, my, like, ideal career is kind of, like, a combination of certain aspects. I think I really want to work in, like, the concert and live event industry, and I also want to do, like, marketing, PR, stuff like that. And I really also like social media creation and, like, the creative aspect of that, so I would love something with that. And I think, like, I am one of those people who, like, you can make fun of me, but, like, I am, like, obsessed with celebrities, and, like, not in a weird way, but, like, I will have a fan account. I will, that's just, like, who I am, and I think that came to me during quarantine, but, like, that's something that brought me a lot of happiness, and I think that, like, that's something that still brings me happiness, and I think I, like, want to turn that into a career, because I found people who, like, had a job, like, it was like, oh, I had, you know, One Direction fan account in 2007, and now I work at Sony Music, and it's like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my dream career.
What about you, Abby?
I feel like there's one that's more geared to what I'm studying, but there's also one that, like, I would prefer to do, and I think I would find it fun to, like, market music and people's albums and, like, films. I mean, I feel like I'm more, like, music marketing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like it's more, like, if you're working on a marketing team for a specific artist, it's, like, you're in it for, like, a long run.
Yeah,
like, you're
I
not
like that
just, like,
aspect.
one movie and then you're done. You gotta, like, find another thing to market, like, kind of always, like, hopping around. So I feel like that's why I kind of like music. But at the same time, like, I also want to do music, so it's like, I'm just kind of, like, stuck between those two.
But you don't, it doesn't have to just be, like, one or the other, because, like, if you got a job in marketing, like, you are now in the industry, and it's like you'll know people, and that'll kind of even inspire you more, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like my dream career, I think I've talked to all of you about
I
this.
love this.
My dream is to be an event planner, have an event planning business, and do makeup and hair on the side.
Wedding.
Yes, I want to do, like weddings. Yeah, I was low-key actually looking at cosmetology school, but that is expensive.
Really?
So
more than here?
No, it's not more than here, but like on top of Chapman.
Oh, you do.
Yeah, no. But that's like my dream, but I would also be happy like doing advertising for like makeup, like hair.
That would be
like,
fun.
Or like
brands like Poppy. I would work for Poppy.
Bro.
Yeah. I know. Like that's like my like all-time dream. So yeah. Okay, and then the second question I have for you guys, or I guess us, what about that career is so appealing to you?
I think for me, what's so appealing is I'm like, in like growing up, even in like middle school and high school, like I was always the person go, like 10 minutes in between things. Like I was just always on the go, traveling, like, and that's something I really love. And like the idea of just like going to an office is something that really scares me. And also my parents like had normal, so to say, jobs, but like they didn't work in a 9-to-5 like cubicle. And I think also with like growing up with the internet, I saw so many opportunities that were there. And like I don't know, I think I'm someone who wants to be really happy in their life, but also like kind of in a greedy way. Like I want to work, but I also want to have fun and go out and do things. And like concerts, I love concerts that make me so happy. I love meeting celebrities, like talking with fans, like stuff like that. And so I think that like I've kind of found this like niche career almost that like in a perfect world it would make me so happy, because like the lifestyle it brings is really appealing, I think, because like you never know who the guest at a concert could be. Oh, let's go to market it. Oh, see who showed up. Like just it's so like not kind of unpredictable, you know what I mean? Like it just keeps it fun and light, and it's not like, oh, I have to go do the same thing every day.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like a perfect balance of everything that I want.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, I know Allie knows. I don't know if you know this, but throughout like my entire life before sophomore year, like I really struggled with ADHD. Like I had F's like in all my classes. Like my mom didn't know, obviously, but we finally like got tested and everything, and I found music, and it was like a way of like creative expression that wasn't like confined by a time limit, or like you have to finish this test like by a certain time, or like you have to do this. It was like a path that I could take that didn't have like a box that you had to fit into. And I feel like that's why I gravitated towards it so much, because it's just free to whatever you want to do, and like you can express yourself however you want to do it. So I feel like that's why it's so appealing to me.
Huh. I don't know why mine's appealing to me. I think
because you're good at it.
Well, I just like doing it, and like I always grew up like around my mom, and my mom was such like my mom is such like an events planner. Like she would do like she introduced like this fun run thing that raised money for the schools, and like we lived in a different town, a town over, and then when we moved into the town I originally grew up in, like it spread to every single elementary school, and every single elementary school was doing it, and like she just like was so good at it and like handling stuff, and I feel like growing up I really looked up to that. So like I already have that and had that initial like appeal to it. And then like I think going into high school it just like that just was like a trait that she handed down to me, honestly. And just like planning prom and stuff, like as stressful as it was, because literally did it by myself. No shade. I had 2 other people and they didn't do anything.
Okay, this is just like completely random, but our prom party favor was a shot glass.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, that's so fun. What the heck?
Again, my private Catholic high school could never.
Yeah. Anyways, that was unrelated, but
that's funny.
I just feel like I don't know. And then, like, being in, like, that, like, kind of shaped me, like, and, like, literally, like, our prom venue a month before our prom burned down. So I had to literally find...
Wait, the prom or the venue?
The venue.
Oh,
the venue literally burnt down, and I had to find a new venue in, like, a month, and, like... That's like, as stressful as that was, like, that, like, that was literally, like, okay, like, I eat at this. Like, I found a venue in, like, a week, and I was, like, I eat at this, and, like, this was our junior year, and, like, all the seniors were there, and they were like, oh my god, this is the best dance I've ever been to, and I was just kind of like, this is what I need to do. Like
it feels good.
I feel like that's, like, it's rewarding, because Professor McGurk talks about how, like, he likes teaching, because he likes to, like, help others, kind of, and, like, when you you plan something, and it is a success, like, it makes other people happy, and you can see that firsthand, and it makes you happy, because, like, you know you did something that these people are gonna remember.
Exactly, and that's, like, I feel like that's kind of, like, what I, like, not get validation from, but it's, like, I like making people happy.
Yeah,
like,
I can tell that about you, like...
I just, like, I like making other people happy, like, and, like, doing that, and, like, hearing all the good feedback I got from it, like, it just, like, it made me feel so good, and I was, like, this is, like, what I want to do, like, this is what I like doing, like, as stressful as it was in the moment, like, it was, it was just so fun, and, like, it was just, it's kind of, Okay, the third question I have is, are there any limitations that said career brings in your life?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like, for me, I mean, this was obviously the biggest thing, like, in junior and senior year, thinking about college, but for me, location, I mean, obviously, I'm from Maryland, so, like, I'm close to the city, but not really that close, but I, like, love to travel, and I always wanted to come to school in California, just kind of, like, I wanted that experience, and I was always like, oh, LA, like, it's so perfect, you know, but, like, I think, obviously, I've only been here a semester, I was sick the whole semester, like, what do I actually know, but I think it's, like, now it's kind of in the next year or two, it's gonna come down to, like, I need to make a big decision of, like, where do I want to try and establish a career, because it's, like, oh, should I get an internship over the summer by work on the East Coast, like, am I gonna live there? It's kind of, like, it's just, like, a big daunting decision that's kind of, like, I mean, the whole time, like, senior year, like, deciding college, it was kind of, like, hanging over my head about college, but now, like, it's still there in the sense of, like, that choice is gonna define my future, who I stay friends with, how often I see my family, and things like that, so I think that's really limiting. And also, it's just kind of, like, again, I mean, from what I've seen on social media and stuff of, like, people I follow who are in this industry, a lot of it is, like, who you know, and who knows who, and, oh, I just happen to be here at this time, and I think that's, like, kind of limiting. I mean, it's just, you don't have the comfort of, like, oh, well, every doctor has this degree from Harvard or whatever, and I'm competing for that. It's kind of, like, okay, you have what you have, but how can you use that? So I think that kind of is limiting in, like, a self way, because if you don't accept that and acknowledge it, then you might not be as successful as you want.
Yeah, I get that. I totally feel that way about, like, getting into the industry. Like, it's just, like, compared to other careers, like, there's a set path, like you were saying with doctors, like, they graduate, they do a bunch of school, and then they go to med school, like, whatever, and then they go to residency. Like, there's, like, a path. Like, with creative stuff, like, it's just, you're thrown into the deep end and, like, hope you swim.
I feel like that's, like, it's just kind of the unknown path. I think it's because there's so many paths that everyone could take. It's just, like, I don't know, like, my friend is at NYU, and she wants to be a doctor, and she's studying biology, and she, like, posted a picture of this girl from NYU med school, and she's like, oh, this will be me in 5 years, and I'm like, I have no idea where I'll be in 5 years. Like,
me either.
5 years, I could be living in any state, I could be doing anything, and it's, like, there's just no set path, and that's kind of, like, it irks me.
Same.
I feel like if I went into event planning, the one, like, limitation there would be is, like, being able to, like, promote your business and, like, get people to use your business. Like, I feel like it's kind of just, like, who you know, like, because it's, like, oh, like, you get your first customer, and then they can recommend you to someone else, and then you can get other people, and it's just, like, like, what can you do to stand out and, like, make yourself noticeable, and, like, that's why I was like, okay, I can do a little, like, wedding, and then, like, you can add on your makeup and your hair, and then it's, like, you don't have 15 people you need to communicate, you have one person from the business, and it's just, like, it's my bright idea.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Shark Tank.
Yeah, no, literally, crap, I'm gonna have to do that.
I feel like limitations for me, also, like, getting into the industry, like, that, it's a whole entire limitation in itself, but, also, like, I like the, I guess, inconsistency that, like, being in music brings, but it's also, like, if I was to do my own music, like, what if people hate it? Like, it's not like everyone becomes, like, a multi-million-dollar, like, artist, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like that is kind of, like, the inconsistency, because, like, on the career test we took, like, I saw the salary of musicians.
9,000.
No, it was 8.
That's
8,
not real. That's literally cannot be real.
How can I live off? Like, how could I support anyone with that? Like, let alone myself. Like, kids, that's, like, what? Like, if you're not super successful, if it's, like, you don't have the luck, then you're kind of just done for. So I feel like that's a limitation for me.
Okay, and then what kind of lifestyle do you think you will want? So, like, location-wise, work style, at home, in person, part-time, full-time, children, no children, stuff like that.
I think I was talking about this before, and I think we kind of all agree, but, like, obviously, I don't want to work, like, in a cubicle. I know that's kind of, like, such a cliche setting, but, like, I mean, obviously, 9 to 5, like, you have to have work hours, you know, and, like, that's whatever, but I want to have a job that, like, I am excited to go to, and it's also, like, has, like, events, kind of, not, like, I don't want to say field trips, but that's just the first thing that comes to mind, but it's, like, oh, say I'm marketing for this artist, they're having an event, like, I have to go
like
to it.
Something.
Like, things like that. I think that's, like, something that I want in my lifestyle. And obviously, like, location, I think, I don't know, outside New York City, I think, probably, but, like, just near a city. And I think just, like, a job that, like, is in person. I couldn't work from home all the time. Like, I need to move and go out and have different, like, realms of friends, but I think, like, I kind of just, like, ideally want the best of all worlds, which I don't know if that'll actually happen, but
we
that's,
can
like,
hope,
yeah, I'm hoping.
I'm right there with you.
I'm
hoping. For me, I mean, realistically, LA, because LA is, like, the hub for music. All the best artists, they somehow find themselves out here, so I feel like it's kind of just, you have to come out here at some point, and we are so close, so.
Yeah.
And I'm from here, like, my parents live here, so, I mean, it's kind of just the expected location, I guess.
Yeah.
Even though I don't like LA. Like, I think it's so gross and musty. Like, ew. Like, ugh. I can't even imagine, like, walking in the streets of LA. Like,
I've only been to, like, Hollywood Boulevard. Like, I've never really, like, explored LA.
We need to take her to Skid Row.
I know.
See the Cecil Hotel.
Yes, I want to see it.
When we drove by, Allie was like, if I turn on that exit, we'll die. I was like,
what?
So let's not go.
What exit?
By Skid Row.
Oh, it was like literally like down the street, like 2 miles away. I was like, let's turn, let's go.
Oh no. My friend and I, this is so off topic, but we were driving back from my friend's fashion show. Like, she was like a high school student, but she had a, like, brand, and we went, and it said the faster route. Like, it took us, we clicked the faster route, and she's in her mom's Mercedes, like, black Mercedes AMG. Bro. We turn, we see the, like, Cecil Hotel building, all the tents, and we're like, we look at each other, and we're like, and, like, there was cops on the side of the road, like, arresting people, and she was like, oh my god, we gotta get out of here.
Oh my god.
And it killed 30 minutes off the drive, but, like, that's my story.
At what cost, though?
At what cost, yeah.
It was so funny. Anyway, sorry, that was off topic.
I feel like my lifestyle.
Wait, I didn't finish. I forgot.
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, mine's kind of the same as Marissa. Basically, like, a work style, like, not 9 to 5 cubicle, just like, you know, and in person, and probably full time. I mean, yeah. And then children later, like when I have enough money to support them.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm done.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna go wherever the wind takes me. So if I find a job that's in Chicago, I'll go to Chicago.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't go to like North Dakota or something like that. But I'll go to Chicago. But
yeah,
I also like low key like not that this has anything to do with careers, but like also like what if I have a boyfriend and like.
I know.
Like, because I feel like that also, like, not that should decide, like, where you go, but I feel like
it's
if,
important.
like...
It's a big part of your
if
future.
I'm graduating and I have a boyfriend and, like, we're serious, like...
Yeah.
It's gonna determine.
We might live together, like, where is he gonna go, like, where am I gonna want to go, like, I feel like that's gonna, like, play a big role in where I am.
But I think that's also good that, like, you're open to the idea of living other places.
Oh, yeah, and I'd be so down. I'm not, like, coming to college, I like change. Like, I mean, like, it's scary, but, like, I do like it. Like, it's nice being in different places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would love to be in Chicago.
I would love to be, like
Skid Row?
No, not Skid Row! No. Some people in the music industry do end up there, but...
I bet.
Yeah. But, like, at the same time, I'd love to be, like, in the middle of, like, nowhere, like, a small town.
Yeah. Okay, well, once
like
you're rich enough to have 2 houses, then you can buy a house in North Dakota.
He's open.
Oh my gosh, you just broke...
No, I didn't do anything. It was there. Oh, sorry, my gingerbread has a hole in it.
Her jelly cat, stuffed animal.
No, my wormy.
I thought it was a jelly cat.
It's a wormy.
Oh, well...
My baby.
Hopefully
anyways,
this stuff doesn't come
sorry.
out.
I hope you love this podcast.
I know. Sorry, we're going really off topic. We're gonna talk way more than an hour.
Yes, overachievers.
Okay. Back on topic. I would want to work in person, and I'd want to work full time.
Yeah.
My dad just like rots in our house all the time working from home.
I thought you said rocks. I was
like
he's
rots.
a rock star?
No, like I would like looking at like I mean my dad has like a way more difficult job than I think I would ever have because he's a lawyer and I couldn't do that. But like he just like literally sits in his chair all day, like longer than a 9 to 5 and like just works all the time and like that looks like ass. So I don't want to do that. But props to him, love him, grateful for him. But I want children. I want little kids.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I can't wait. This sounds... Oh my god, he's gonna die when he hears me say this. But, like, I can't wait to, like, name them.
What are your future baby names?
Definitely number 1 for the girl is Rhiannon.
What?
Like,
wait, how do you spell that?
Oh, my dyslexic brain. Like, Rhiannon from the Fleetwood Mac song.
Oh,
yeah.
I want to have a little boy and name him Oliver and call him Ollie.
Oh my god, Saltburn.
I really want... You guys are going to think I sound like the craziest person when I say this. I want to name one of my daughters Portia.
What the fudge?
It's like Ellen DeGeneres' wife is named Portia.
They're moving to Canada because of Trump. Like, they're, like, confirmed, and they said they're not coming back, like, a public statement. I'm sorry, this is off topic.
No, but I want to name my daughter Portia.
Isn't she, like, wasn't she smuggling kids, like, in Wayfair furniture?
Ellen
DeGeneres. Was that?
In Wayfair
Did you guys not hear about that? No. Like, child sex trafficking.
What?
I think she was.
Oh, where is this podcast going?
I think she was part of that. She's definitely in the P. Diddy
We need an actual
I dressed
podcast.
up as Ellen for a school project.
What?
In Spanish class.
I kind of love Ellen though. Like,
I used to love her.
She looks weird. Like, she like gives me weird vibes, like P. Diddy vibes.
Well, she was sex trafficking kids apparently.
Wayfair furniture.
Well, like you're in the couch.
I don't know, guys. Like, I remember seeing an article about it like years ago.
Okay.
Anyways.
Wait. Okay. The next question is, based on those answers to those questions, explain
Can you
why.
read? Wait, we already explained why.
Yeah, I guess we kind of already did. Okay, next question. What is a lifestyle that you do not want in your future, and why, and how can you avoid it?
You can go. Okay. Sorry, I was gonna say something.
Oh,
you
I know what I want to say.
Okay, you go.
I want to avoid not being able to support my family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I also want to avoid, like, not that this is a bad thing, but, like, I want to be, like, a low-key stay-at-home mom, but, like, I don't want to be a full-time stay-at-home mom. Like, like, my mom's, like, a stay-at-home mom, but, like, not that she doesn't do anything, but, like, I just feel like that would get so boring. Mm-hmm. Like, because, like, now that my brother and I are older, it's, like, we're gone now, like, what do you do all day?
Like, you want to feel like you still have a purpose.
Yes, and, like, I feel bad, like, obviously, like, I love my mother, but it's just kind of sad.
She's
so
fire.
Oh, I love my
I
mom.
understand that, because I understand.
Yeah, like, that's, like, something I don't want. And there's nothing wrong with being a stay-at-home mom at all. For you. But, like, it's just, that's not what I want to be. Like, I feel like I want to be busy all the time. Yeah. Like, I want something to do, like, not that I want to be stressed out busy, but, like, I want to be busy, like...
Yeah, in a good way.
And I want to do something that I love. Like, how my mom makes cookies at home and sells them. She makes bank, too.
What kind of cookies does she make?
Buttercream cookies.
Ooh.
I'm gonna attach a picture of of her cookies to this file, so you can see them.
Wait, you can put the photo as the YouTube video.
Yeah. Okay, you're gonna wonder why, and this is why there's a cookie.
I hope you're still listening.
Yeah. Oh my God.
If you're still listening at this length, in the grade, put a comment of your favorite type of cookie, okay?
That's gonna be so fake if he doesn't do that. Wait, my God, wait, this is funny. This is funny.
Okay.
We're testing you right now.
You're not being loyal if you don't listen.
This is debating your course evaluation.
Yeah. I already did the course evaluation.
No, my professor is going to be on if you listen this far.
He didn't actually listen to our entire final because he didn't comment his favorite cookie.
Because we started talking about random crap.
We started talking about Ellen DeGeneres and Skid Row and what we want to name our kids. Sorry.
I really want to avoid, like, I think my mom used to hate her job, and, like, why are we all just talking crap about our moms?
No,
like,
I'm not. My mom's a genius.
Okay, anyways,
I don't want to be like
whatever. No, literally. But, like, I think I saw firsthand, like, what life is like when you don't like your job, and it's just, like, obviously, she was still a great mom, but, like, I could just see the exhaustion and, like, the defeat, and, like, I just don't want that. And obviously I think that's not something you can really avoid, so to say. It's just like, if it happens, it happens. But I think I don't want to feel stuck. Like, if I'm doing something I don't like, I want to find a way to get out of it and not be like, oh, I hate this.
Yeah, I totally agree. What? Sorry. I totally agree.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Do you also hate your mom?
No.
Sorry.
My mom's a genius. I feel like... What was that? Anyway.
Julia.
Okay, can they shut up?
It's probably the skunk.
Should I scream stop being loud out the window?
Okay, this is annoying.
Go,
It's distracting. I think stop laughing. I think a lifestyle that I do not want is being alone. Like,
yes. Oh yeah.
Like,
no, that's scary.
I want, like, I'm the type of person that, like, if feel isolated, like, I push everyone away, and, like, I just, like, get, like, I, like, what's the word, like, never mind, I can't think of it. Like, I just get really, like, closed off.
Yeah.
So, like, I definitely want to be married and, like, have best friends and stuff.
Same.
And I don't want to be, like, broke.
No, that's
like,
wrong. I was gonna say that too, but, like, I don't.
The conclusion of this,
like, live in a shack. Like,
we basically all want to be rich.
Yeah,
and if we're broke, then I'm leaving this world.
I think I am gonna be broke, but it's fine. It's fine.
No, we're manifesting the best for you.
Yeah.
We're all gonna be rich. We're all gonna be rich. We're all gonna be rich.
Yes.
Professor McGurk's gonna be rich. We're all gonna be rich.
He's gonna know his book.
Yes, we're gonna buy your book. We're gonna buy your book.
I'm gonna buy 100 copies.
Wait, if you're listening, shout us out in your book.
Yeah.
When you make it.
My favorite students.
He's never gonna do that.
He's gonna be like, these girls never paid attention in class.
We never talked either.
No.
Yeah, you did.
Me?
You say some insightful things once every month.
Yeah, literally probably twice this whole year. Sorry, I get nervous talking in class.
Okay.
Really?
Last section. Ready?
I feel judged.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Last section.
Oh, yeah. Okay, wait. Can I read?
Yeah.
Sure.
Alright. The final section, my personal vision statement, should be a concise, one-page summary. Alright, well, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you a 1-minute summary real quick. Kidding. Of your most important findings from the prior sections. Okay, I'll start.
Okay.
I think for all of us, our most important finding is we all want to be rich.
Yup.
Like we just discussed.
The unseriousness.
No, but seriously. Oh, I don't like this question.
Okay, it's basically
no, but
summarize what you
what are key takeaways from this class? Okay, key takeaways from this class
and from the podcast
is that this class we talked about not being able to find a purpose. I feel like I found a purpose. You made me dig deep into my mind and think about stuff and think about what I really want to do and what I truly love, and made me dig deep inside of me and pour my feelings out, and I feel like I found my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanks, Professor McGurk.
I feel like I don't know mine still.
Oh.
But I feel like I was able to discover I was too scared to admit that the things that I wanted to do or what I wanted to do. But I feel like it made me feel that it was okay to want to do those things, I guess.
Yeah. And we have a great mentor to look up to, Mr. McGurk.
I can't wait for the book.
Yeah.
Now that you said that.
I think
group reading.
This class, all the exercises we've done about talking about your future and stuff, the vision boards, even at the beginning and the end of the year and stuff, every exercise, the same ideas of career and jobs come to mind.
Sorry.
Stop laughing at
Sorry.
me. You're gonna
No,
make
I'm
me
not
cry.
laughing at you. I'm not laughing at you.
I laughed at her cough because we looked at each other.
I'm sorry. Okay, keep going.
Okay. I think the same ideas of jobs and future and career have come up in every exercise and classwork thing, and I think that's really reassuring to I do know what I want to do. And my personal vision statement, I typed it out earlier.
Oh.
I am someone who has a strong passion and prioritizes personal growth and happiness. I have a clear vision of my ideal future, and the actions I am currently taking within my personal and professional life are pushing me towards my goals. Thank you.
Wow, I didn't prepare something like that. You're a queen.
That was awesome.
You're great.
You're said, amazing. Yeah, basically, this is just kind of reassured. And I said that Professor McGurk's story has showed me that it's okay to take detours on life. Mm-hmm. And that the path to personal success and happiness is not linear, so you shouldn't expect it or be disappointed when it takes a turn.
Oh,
it's all part of the labyrinth.
We love you, Professor.
The labyrinth!
In class today!
It's the labyrinth!
We love you, Professor McGurk.
If you're still listening.
You're the best.
We recorded this the night we talked about
the last thing we can make up for all the time we were talking about nonsense is, what is your biggest takeaway from the lessons in class? I said mine is being conscious of how distracted I always am. Because, I don't know, real. We did a lesson about when he's always, put your phone in your book bag, I don't know, I feel like now shut up, my book bag, yeah.
A book bag?
I bet Professor McGurk is from the East Coast, I bet he also says book bag.
I'm curious.
Do you say man purse or satchel?
I say, those are just, made up terms by pop culture, I think.
What? Pretty good satchel.
What?
Okay, wait, are you done?
Oh, wait, no, I was just gonna say that,
keep going.
I think now I acknowledge more when I know I'm distracted. Not that I, get back to work, but at least I acknowledge it. In the future, I can, I don't know,
I remember
improve that.
Sorry, I interrupted. I remember you saying, recognizing, what you do. It's not, even though you can't, change it, recognizing it is still beneficial, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Recognizing that I get distracted too. It's that we get distracted, it's better than not recognizing it.
When I'm talking to my therapist, I recognize that I'm a crazy psycho, but
No, that's not true.
No, I'm kidding.
Stop saying that. You've said that like 5 times today.
Professor McGurk, do you like fettuccine Alfredo?
I love fettuccine.
Comment down below. Okay. My favorite lesson or whatever, takeaway, whatever. I like the habit loop. I can't remember. I'm not gonna lie. I can't remember exactly what it was. But it was like no, it was like maybe you were gone.
Oh, you were probably like
you were sick or on your deathbed or whatever, dying. But it was like that thing where like you like recognize the tick or something, and then you let the tick, the itch. Yes, you like recognize it, and you're like, what can I don't know. It was like that 4 box thing.
Yeah. I talked to Camden about that.
Yeah. We love Camden.
We love
He's
Camden.
Great.
He's so nice. Anyway.
Oh, skinny.
What?
She's doing that thing to de-bloat.
What?
Listening to the podcast.
This is gonna be the best thing he's ever
Comment down below if you think we should start a Chapman radio podcast.
We should. We would be hella funny.
Guys, you could put it on our resume.
Or we could just put it on Spotify.
Yeah, we should just make a podcast. I could talk for hours.
He's inspired us to make a podcast.
This is the best assignment
comment
we've done
down
all
below
semester.
If you think we should make a podcast.
You keep saying comment down below. There's no... Wait, the YouTube link.
Oh my god! Yeah, comment down below! Make our video go viral.
I'm gonna make this public.
Let's hope he's not listening
Wait,
to this
I have 20 YouTube subscribers, I think.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
You should watch my YouTube video after this.
God.
You have a YouTube video?
I have a YouTube video.
I used to have YouTube videos of me singing karaoke.
Okay, anyways.
Okay, my turn. Almost died. Sorry, I like choked.
Airball.
That's what it's called?
What?
That's what it's called?
No, it's just, you know how cats like go and
oh.
like...
I thought you said airball.
Oh,
hairball.
Oh hairball. Okay, go.
Okay. Honestly, my favorite was our lesson today. I loved...
Yeah, you were hella into that.
I love The Labyrinth because one of my favorite books is...
Marissa's on her phone.
Stop.
Rude. No, I'm kidding. My favorite books is Looking for Alaska by John Green. And just, like, it's so good. Oh, my gosh. And, like, without giving the plot, like, one of the characters, like, asks the question, like, do we ever escape the labyrinth of suffering? And I love that quote. Like, I just love that part of the book. And so, like, when he was talking about it, I was like, oh my gosh, my favorite book. And then, like, it made me see it from a more positive, like, point of view. And, like, how life and discovering yourself is also a labyrinth, like, just the same as, like, hardships and stuff. So that was my favorite.
Period.
Yeah.
Wow. We talked for a long time.
Yes.
Sorry.
This is great.
Professor.
I'd like to say that this class was quite the experience, and
You were, like,
sorry I
dead
was
for
depressed
half
half the classes.
yeah, sorry I was sick and had a headache every single class period.
But we love you, and you're an amazing teacher.
Yeah.
You should keep doing what you're doing, because you're great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't be afraid to write your book.
Don't
Please
let
do.
anyone dim your
Write
Because,
your
light.
book and email us when you post, or when you,
Yeah.
what's
Because,
the word?
yeah.
We're gonna
When
come
he
to the
publishes
first
it.
book
Yeah, publish.
signing.
Yes. Oh my god.
We'll promote.
we
Wait,
can be like
we'll
a video-
promote his book.
We can market your
we're
book.
in PR. Come on.
He also
Bro.
did PR. I forgot.
Yeah, but
Oh shoot, that's right.
we'll do
Yeah.
it for free.
We'll
It'll be good like resume
Yes,
stuff for us.
yeah.
Oh wait, that's so smart.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
he deserves it. Like
He deserves
You're such a
everything.
good
he's
guy.
so knowledgeable. Like
Yes.
and he's so passionate. Like
Yeah.
he's listening to this, but like
You're
so,
talking about
we're
him
talking-
like
I know in
dead.
the third person. Like
dead,
you're
like-
so passionate about like what you teach, and it's so inspiring because like literally only one of my other teachers, like our FTV teacher, like
Yeah.
and him are the only teachers that
What
actually
about
I feel like.
Professor too?
Professor too. No.
Well,
Kidding.
that's not. That's
All right,
science.
this isn't a
That's
shiz talk sesh.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Okay, guys, the podcast is over. I think.
We love you.
We
Thank
love
you for
Thank
everything.
you.
Bye.
Bye.